Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, I will be going through who should you get from the Nocturne Echo shop. So you guys already definitely gonna have the free summons from the mail, and also probably you're gonna throw in some Nexus Crystal to summon Sieg as well, right? And then you're gonna have this currency of Blast Node, and then probably you have been wondering who should you purchase through this shop here. Alright, so I'll be going through like who should you get in detail. Alright, I'll go through everything because previously I actually make a video who should you get for the limited Esper. I'll update the thing at the same time as well, and you're gonna know that this blast node here is limited, so which means you're gonna buy it through instantly. So let's say in this shop here I have with 140 blast nodes, which means with the choices I have left, I'm gonna get Yun Chuan Ripple, right? So you don't really want to waste this summon this blast node at all because it will get refreshed. So just get whatever limited Esper, even though let's say for example my Yun Chuan, I can't really get Yun Chuan Ripple instantly, so I'll probably just gonna buy like how many can I buy? 35, and I'll just keep it, and then when the Nocturne Echo rerun, then I'll get more blast node and I'm gonna refill the remaining Yun Chuan Ripple, something like that. So from this shop here, only focus on the limited Esper. Unless you have every limited Esper already, then you only go through like legendary ability mode or go record. Unless you don't really feel like getting the limited Esper Ripple, the Rezo, then you can go for go record, like a rebate, like every 10 summon you're gonna get one go record rebate, something like that. But the highest priority, go for the limited Esper, and then the second priority I'll be saying go record unless you're already lack of legendary ability mod. Alright, so let me go through to the tier list. Alright, so this tier list here, I will be also going through the remaining limited Esper we have. So currently this 5 Esper is currently in the Nocturne Echo shop, so I'll prioritize on them first. But I'm also going through the championship Esper, which is Wenlock, Momo, Yamato, and then Meta Drew, Meta Eira, and Sieg as the Umbra Esper. Alright, so the tier list here I'll be separate into 4. Highest priority but 1 copy, average, and skippable. So this highest priority but 1 copy is a little bit special, which means they are at the same tier of the highest priority. But if you already have 1 copy, then you don't really need to get them anymore, because either they can get it through Ripple, or either they can get it through the other method, or maybe they just work from in 1 copy. Okay, so the first Esper I'm gonna go through is Yukine. So Yukine is a limited Esper that can actually go through Ripple. So getting Yukine 1 copy, which is R0, is actually all you need. So the moment you really want to build her, or you're trying to play her in point war now, then you can start Ripple her to until like R2, that's where she start able to use in PvP content. But based on her performance in PvP, she's doing pretty good. Alright, I wouldn't say it's bad, it's pretty good, it's pretty strong. If the enemy can't clear your T, basically you're able to clear the enemy. But based on the limited usage and point war, I would say it's around average to highest priority but 1 copy somewhere here. But at the moment I will put her at average because I think the other limited Esper are more unique or more usage. Then the next one, Sujue, I would rate her at the highest priority but 1 copy. 1 copy doesn't mean that Sujue only works at R0. Right? First thing, Sujue works at R0, she works at any Rezo, but if you want to use her in PvP at higher tier, then you need to slowly club ripple her and also use ripple boxes on her to slowly gather her Rezo for free. So let's say you already have Sujue Rezo 0, should you use the blast node to buy the Ripple of Sujue to fast forward her progress? I would say no, because it's better you use the blast node to use it on the other Esper that you don't have them yet. For example, you have Sujue but you don't have Sloan, then you use the blast node to purchase the Sloan Ripple. So where is Sujue strong at? Sujue is very strong at PvE until you reach a certain late game in PvE, then Sujue will starting to fall off a bit. But the more Rezo you have, the stronger Sujue is in PvP content. Until today, Sujue is still one of the best PvP meta tier. Alright, she's still one of the best. She's very flexible. She can fit into any kind of team comp, and without high reso, she can help you in APAP. She can help you in Shadow Guild. She can help you in Yinglong, all your story content, tower content as well. She will definitely help you. But when you reach the end game, the later the end game, then she'll slowly fell off in PvE, but she's gonna be stronger in PvP. So it's a very strong Esper. You should definitely get her, but at least get her to 1 copy, then you unlock the opportunity to slowly Cup Reaper her and Reaper Box. Same for Sloan. It's also the same tier at highest priority, but it's the opposite of Sujue. So how Sloan works is, she is very strong in PvE content. She can be worked in Chronos, she can be used in Yinglong, she can be used in Shadowfire, all 3 versatile fantasy bosses as well. Sujue also can do that, but Sloan damage is a lot more higher than Sujue in terms of that case. So if you want to if you're debating who should you get, like should I get Sujue or should I get Sloan, it depends on what content you focus more. If you focus on PvP more, then you go focus on Sujue. If you focus on PvE more, then you focus on Sloan. Overall, Sujue will cover more for your account, but if you're focusing on endgame PvE, then Sloan will have a higher priority with that case. But all these 3 Esper here, they can be Club Sticker and Reaper Box. Why I repeat this so many times? Because I do see players comment that they already have like R1 Sujue, should they use Blast Node to buy more Reaper of Sujue to fast forward the progress, but they don't have the Sloan. Right, so you want to actually get both of them because both of them are very meta in their own specific content. Okay, then for Meta Liling. Meta Liling is a very niche Esper, but it's very strong at R4 to R6, so it's a very high reso requirement Esper. Most of the time, I won't say he's bad. He's actually useful when you actually need him, but overall I would rate him at average because he's actually strong, but not like so strong that you have to get him. Like if your account don't have Meta Liling, you won't miss anything. But if your account don't have Sujue and Sloan, you will actually miss a lot of content and a lot of team. So I would say Meta Liling is at average, but if you are talking about Meta Liling R4 to R6, I would probably push him 1 tier higher, like high priority. But most of the cases, I think majority of the cases, it will be at average. Then for Yun Chuan, I will rate at the average tier here as well. Is also pretty good in PvP. For Meta Yun Chuan is very strong in Wu Yu team, is a very strong Esper to kind of counter Moriyama in a way, because she can reduce Moriyama damage down. Most of the time you only require Meta Yun Chuan to R0 to R2. Higher reso doesn't really need it, it's just increase his tankiness, but overall once the special unique stack on him wear off, he's not really that useful anymore. So overall, in PvE, he doesn't do anything. He's zero usage in PvE. In PvP, he's actually pretty strong. Alright, then for Meta Liling is in PvE, his usage is pretty strong, but it's in a niche way. Then in PvP, it's also strong, but in a niche com as well. Okay, then for Wenlock, Wenlock is a championship Esper. You cannot club ripple him, you cannot get through like club sticker, all these things. He is skippable. Not that he's weak, just that we have replacement for Wenlock. Alright, so from R0 to R5, I would say we have replacement. So we have like Sachiko, the epic Esper, that can replace Wenlock. We have a lot more other buffer that can actually replace Wenlock. Not saying Wenlock is bad. Wenlock is just a replaceable position. So, but if you reach R6 Wenlock, then that's a different case. If you can reach R6 Wenlock, then he will be a very strong Esper. But based on the priority, if you're watching at this video, you are guessing should you get them or not. I would say Wenlock is skippable because it's not really that urgent. Then for Momo, I would say the highest priority. Momo is a very strong Esper, one of the meta Esper until now as well in PvP content. The higher the reso, the higher the stats, the higher the divinate, the higher the level you can get for Momo, the stronger she is, because she's a very stats hungry Esper. Then for PvE, she have her own usage, not many, but very niche usage, which is in Dark Starlord. But she's a PvP Esper. Alright, then the next one is Yamato. So Yamato, I would rate him around average to skippable, somewhere here. But since I rate Meta Yun Chuan at average, probably I will rate Yamato at average as well. Or probably at highest copy or average priority but 1 copy, because Yamato is also a special situation. He can actually be Club Ripple and True Ripple boxes as well. So because Yamato is the Esper in Anomaly Season 0 or Season 1, I forgot, and we can actually get him through the Anomaly Season only. After that, they tried with a few methods. They tried to rerun him in the Wishstone banner, they tried to make Yamato in Championship, all those kind. Yamato is actually moving around in a lot of places. Then in the end, they put him in Championship. Originally, Championship Esper are not able to Club Ripple, but since the first design of Yamato is already able to Club Ripple it, so he's a special case that in Championship Esper, he's the only one that can be Club Ripple. So I would say the moment when Yamato reach R2, that's where you can stop. He's have average usage because he's actually pretty okay in PvE content performance because of the R2 giving extra stats. In PvP, it's also doing a decent job. Like most likely you will see Wuyu team have Yamato or probably Meta Yun Chuan to give extra stats or heal, all these things. So I would rate him at average, not like very high priority to get him. In terms of Championship, you want to all focus into Momo. Then the next one is going to be Meta Drew. So Meta Drew here, I will put him at the highest priority but 1 copy. But this time, I putting him at the 1 copy is not because he can be Club Ripple. It's because Meta Drew here only needs 1 copy to actually work. Like the other reso is good but not really gonna be amazing. Like R2, R6 is pretty niche usage, you hardly able to use it, and then R4 is some min-maxing for leaderboard content, but most of the time you won't actually need it for most of the players. So I would say Meta Drew, which is the event already ended, you can't get Meta Drew currently. We hope Meta Drew will rerun in the future into the Nocturne Echo shop, like how we're gonna get Meta Liling and Meta Yun Chuan, all this thing. So we pray that he will actually rerun, but if he rerun, 1 copy is all you need to be strong. He can be used in Shadow Glow, he can be used in Shadow Guild, he can be used in Falsetto Fantasy. Falsetto Fantasy also can use, and PvP content is a niche usage. So overall, he's a very strong unit, but only need 1 copy to work. Then Sujue and Sloan is not 1 copy to work, just that get 1 copy and slowly Club Ripple them. Alright, so just to avoid the confusion. Then for Meta Eira is actually a very special case. So Meta Eira is actually higher priority than Momo, but since I no longer have a tier, I'm gonna add another 1 tier here that is special case for the Meta Eira and Meta Eira and Sieg. So another priority is not the highest priority, is must get. So for Meta Eira, I have to make a new tier called must get, is because no matter how strong the other Esper is, getting Meta Eira is a whole different situation. Let's say from R0, she will instantly buff your whole team that is so strong that all your PvE score will pump a lot. Meta Eira can be used in Chronos, not like meta unit, but it's a usable unit in Chronos, can be used in Yinglong, can be used in Shadow Glow, one of the meta unit, and also one of the meta unit in Shadow Fire, one of the meta unit for Falsetto Fantasy, and can be used in PvP at lower tier, at R0. Then the moment you reach R2, she's gonna be a very strong unit in PvP content. Alright, then the moment you reach R4, she will be the one and the only, the best unit in PvE content for the buffer. Cause the extra RNG chance for the assist just makes her broken. Alright, so none of the Esper here can be on par the brokenness compare with Meta Eira. So really, if you can get Meta Eira, try to get her at least 1 copy. 1 copy is actually all you need to make her OP. Unless you're chasing for leaderboard stuff for PvE, then probably you want her to R4 in PvE. But most of the cases, R0 is already freaking strong for your high score. Even though she can't Club Ripple, but maybe in the future they're gonna rerun her in Nocturne Echo shop, then you can go buy her. but she's a must get. She's so strong that I won't say she's actually like the same tier with Momo. I will definitely push Meta Eira to this high because she can be used in both content. Like Momo is very strong in PvP, but Meta Eira can be used in both, something like that. Then for last one, our first Umbra Esper, Sieg. Based on what I tested this few days, I know some of you actually said Sieg is actually a niche unit or a bad unit, but to be honest, after I tested him I make so many showcase, I will say he is not a bad unit. It's just that it's maybe the game progression of your case, low reso doesn't suit you anymore. Okay, so where would I rate Sieg? I would rate him at the highest priority, or else must get somewhere here. But based on Meta Eira performance, Meta Eira is so strong that she can be used in so many content. Sieg is actually also usable in PvE and PvP, but I won't rate Sieg like must get currently, but he is a very strong Esper. I will actually debate to actually put him to the must get tier, but for now I will put him at the highest priority. Alright, so you should be getting the 60 free summon from the mill, and with the rebate thing from the Nocturne Echo, you should get 75 free speed. So I believe most of you have at least one copy of Sieg, and then for early game player to just start reaching end game, Sieg will be one of the best carry for your account. Then the moment you reach late end game content, when most of your other Esper is already high reso, then you're starting to feel that Sieg is no longer a strong option. But since I made a few more showcase like R2, R4, R6, then I starting to feel that Sieg at high reso is actually one of the meta Esper in late end game content. Okay, so probably you will feel him niche or mid is because maybe you're already at late end game and then he can't really replace your other Esper when he's at R0. But the moment he reach R2, you're starting to see him in action. The moment you see him at R4, you're starting to see a lot of him in PvP content. Okay, so but the sad thing is he can only get through the Nocturne Echo, which is the 600 Nexus Crystal per summon thing. So it's not as hard to get as Meta Eira. Like if I have to compare in terms of pay to win, Meta Eira is actually more expensive because Meta Eira currency can only get through purchase. Other than the free currency we can get in event, after that we can only get the currency, the token through pay to win, right? Then for Sieg is a different case. Sieg currency is through Nocturne Echo. His currency is a lot more cheaper compared to Meta Eira because you can use Nexus Crystal to purchase, even though it's triple the amount. They give the free summon through the mail, and then they have the rebate system, and then the chance is 1%, and the rest is RNG. So I would say Sieg is a lot more doable compared with Meta Eira. And he's actually a very strong Esper. The higher the reso, the stronger he is. I will make another video that like how to build Sieg as well. Overall, I would say R0 is a very strong Esper for you until you reach, like you have a lot of other Esper high reso. Then R2 starting to be very strong. R4 is crazy monster. Alright, so that's all for this tier list here. So TLDR, I think some of you will actually skip the detail part. So let me go through again. Meta Eira is a must get Esper. Momo is a very strong Esper in PvP. Sieg is a very strong Esper for PvE and PvP, depends on your account progression. The more late your account progress is, which is you're at late end game, the higher reso he need to actually shine in your content. But he's a very strong Esper. A lot of players actually underestimated him. Sujue and Sloan in this tier doesn't mean that they are one tier lower than them. It's just that they only need one copy, then the rest you slowly club ripple them to get their reso. Then for Meta Drew, only need one copy to work. He can't get through club ripple, but only one copy he will already work. Getting higher reso for Meta Drew doesn't really matter. Yukine is performing average compared to the other Esper on top here, but Yukine is still a very strong Esper for PvP. She can be club ripple. Then for Meta Liling and Meta Yun Chuan, compared to the other Esper average, they are compared to the other Esper performance, their performance is considered average at low reso. Meta Liling, when you reach R6, then he can be high tier, but I think most of the cases we can't get R6, right, unless you spend or unless you have a lot of currency for the Blast Node. Then Yamato is also average performance in most of the cases. Wenlock is not bad. The moment you can reach Wenlock R6, he's actually very strong in PvP, but most of the cases when R0 to R5, he's actually skippable. We have other replacement to replace his slot. So overall, this will be my tier list here. You can feel free to comment down what you guys think about it, or you have question, you are still debating who should you pick from the Nocturne Echo pool, you can also feel free to comment down. I will reply you. Alright, so that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is JenMP, SPVCEJVMQ, Trencan, thank you so much for your support. And also special thanks for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Seimer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwalks, Rimu, Chani, Antonio Winterspoon, Cragran, Calamity, Rokos Tendions, Jordan Alons. Special thanks for your support. And also special thanks for the Super Thanks MVP, HMZ, RY, and X Reeks. Thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest tag. Thank you so much for Code Wilderness, Calamity, Acne, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Chani. Thank you so much for your support.